You queer cats are tone setters. The same reason my main legion of chrome wetters. With long cheddar, mixed with lines written. No time slipping when we rhyme spitting. Divine mission since the house days. GA Grandma left DJ Tam to outrage. The South stays about that Beretta clapping. Lines balanced with
Head on over to Spotify and all other streaming platforms to check out the NoMercyTV Podcast.
Man, oh man. No Mercy, Trap New York shit, NoMercyTV.com. Jesus. Before y'all watch this, let me say this first. The video was taken down because when you get to a certain point in the video, there was a whole lot of lagging and skipping towards the end. So it's like you can still clearly hear the audio, but the picture is like real skippy and jumpy. It's not, you know, it's like it's playing in like pictures or whatever. But what I will say is that I was able to watch it. Like somebody had actually inboxed me the link, and I started watching it, and as I was watching it, it was put on private. But I got to the end of it before, like once you start watching a video on YouTube, if somebody puts it on private while you're watching, as long as you have the video up, it's gonna still play. You feel me? So I guess Chris had heard about the problem after, you know, it was already out and uploaded. But by the time even when he put it on private, I still had it up, you know, watching on my phone. So I was able to watch the thing in full. You feel me? So I'm just, you know, gonna leave y'all with that. He did take it down. He said he plans on re-uploading it, possibly putting it in 2 parts. Just because it was, I'm pretty sure it's a wild upload process with all the extra stuff he had to put in there and everything. So, you know, but man, let's get to it, man, because this is something to talk about, you know. Now, let me make this clear as well, because you know, people like to jump the gun. We're not gonna say that, you know, he's innocent just yet, because the court does still have to find him innocent of this whole situation, you know. But what I will say is that he did explain, you know, why charges were getting dropped and, you know, things of that nature, and his case ended up becoming what's known as a dead docket. And what a dead docket means is that the state is not going to continue pursuing the case at the moment, but it can also be reinstated. So it's basically like a recess. You understand? Like, you know how you know you go to school, you have your couple of periods in school, and then you take like a break. It's basically that. You understand? With COVID and everything that's going on, I'm pretty sure it's hard to really handle a case like this the way they want to, because so much is closed down, and they don't want to keep people that are locked up. They don't want to keep people locked up that probably could possibly be innocent. So, you know, I think this is part of the reason why Chris was able to come home and, you know, do the things that he's doing. But it's a dead docket right now. So now that I do know Georgia is pretty much, you know, open back up, but now think of all the other dead docketed cases that they would have to get into before they actually get to his. So, you know, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a minute, you know. So we'll just have to wait and see in terms of whether the courts find him guilty or innocent, you know. So let's just start off with that. I don't want people to assume that, you know, it's just a thing where he's just been found, you know, innocent and he's like completely off the hook. But what I will say in terms of, you know, how he gave the story and everything, first off, we're gonna run through this thing. You feel me? Like, because it was 2 hours, it was a lot in it, and it's a lot to unpack. You feel me? So let's start from the beginning, right? At the very beginning of the video, is about 5 minutes of content from his Untold Truth with Norbs. Woo! It seemed like things get serious because let me tell you, he's asking Norbs some questions that I think we all were wondering. You know, in terms of were people paying for PGs? He asked about the partnership with URL and even some people's reactions to, you know, the situation that went on. Like, he played a clip of Calico on Instagram Live with Bill Collector, you know, speaking on the situation with Norbs, you know, again, when Twerk put hands on him. And Norbs was saying that he felt hurt by that because Cal was somebody that I guess he brought to his crib. He held his daughter and, you know, stuff like that. He also goes into certain details around his partnership with URL. And at one point, it seemed like Norbs kind of like switched outfits. So this was something that I'm feeling like they recorded over a few days. So this is going to be a long video. That's going to be a long video. I feel like that joint probably going to be like 2 or 3 hours because I'm pretty sure Norbs got a lot to talk about and a lot to get off his chest. You know, so, I mean, what better way than to do it than, you know, something like that. And that's going to open a whole nother can of worms. I want to see that. You understand? I want to see that. You feel me? So, you know, I'm definitely looking forward to that. That's just Chris coming back, swinging out the gate. Like, to even have that kind of content is really going to be a crazy thing because now we get to watch Norbs explain everything. You know, so, and Chris never been one of them people to, you know, pull his punches. Like, he going to ask that man about every single thing. So, I do want to see that. Now, going into Chris and, you know, his whole story and everything, I don't want to get into details too much because now that the video's down, I don't want it to be a thing where it's like now the story is kind of being told through me and I'm like might be butchering certain details. So, you know, I'll pretty much leave that for y'all, you know, to get from his video when he re-uploads it. You know, but he basically explained where all the confusion came from. And it's a crazy story. It's a crazy story. It's a crazy story. You know, who would think something like when he starts the story, yo, I went to Backpage. It's like, what? All of that came from this? And it's just like, god damn, and it's just unfortunate. It's just real unfortunate. And let me tell y'all like this, man. Like I said, I'm not gonna get to details of the story. I'll leave that for the rest of y'all. You know, one of the things that really kind of hit me was when he was talking about how the DA uses social media to kind of get an idea of someone's character. You know, and YouTube counts as social media. And when the DA types in Chris Unbias, I gotta feel a way because mine is one of the first videos that comes up in terms of all this, you know, all these accusations and everything. And knowing how tasteless, like, some of the things I might have said were, I can understand why Chris would feel a way to a lot of different people. You know, because you have to understand in this new age of technology, what's the best way to find out about people's true self? Social media. You know, what do Facebook and Twitter, what do they say when you first go on a site before you make a post? It asks you what's on your mind. You know, and people's thoughts, you know, even though people's thoughts don't always reflect their actions, people's thoughts can reflect how they're feeling. And the best way to get an idea of who people are is by what they're feeling. That's the most intimate way because now you get into their mind, you get into their psyche, you get into their daily thoughts, you know, and something like that, yeah. It can tell you a lot about a person. So I can see why in legal situations, those kinds of people would use that. Now, let's not get it twisted. That stuff doesn't hold as much weight because at the end of the day, like say somebody looks me up, right, and sees that I'm from Harlem, right? Sees No Mercy. Okay, this guy's from Harlem. He can't know much about Chris. You know, we can know a certain amount in terms of the battle rap world, but we're not in that man's personal life to really know him, to provide a really good case study, I guess you could say, in terms of, you know, his character. You know, so I'm not sure exactly how much weight something like that can hold, but it can probably hold a decent amount of weight. You know, so or it can just change how the DA approaches the case. You know, the type of questions they ask in court and the type of stuff they look into prior to going to trial and, you know, that kind of stuff. So, you know, when I got to that part, I ain't gonna hold y'all. Like, I felt like this feeling in like the pit of my gut because I would never want to be part of something like that. Part of being used as a quote unquote character witness to affect somebody's case and be tearing them down. You understand? Like, that's just something like, you know, I feel like bloggers, when we watch this, it should make us take things better into consideration, like how we speak on things and how we blog on things. You understand? So, you know, that's just one of them things where it's like, gotta be careful what you say, man. You gotta be careful what you say. And this goes back to ARP's blog about when he was talking about being a blogger. You know, there's certain things that you just should watch how you speak about things because you never know the outside effect of it. You know, so, and this is one of the reasons why I try to be as neutral as possible and only report on facts, because in case people think you're a valid person to get information from, you don't want them to be getting false narratives and BS from you, and it turns out that it's something that can be used in the court of law. You know, so I really felt the way when he started explaining that, and I was just like, yo, we really got to take heed, you know, some of the things that, you know, we say. So, you know, that was just, you know, that was an eye-opener for me. You know, so that's definitely something that I'll be more careful about in the future in terms of the things that I say. But so you know, moving on from, you know, the whole story, like I said, I'll let y'all see, you know, all that stuff as it plays out in his video. You know, I'll let him speak on that. The interesting part was towards the end, when he finally gets his rocks off on the bloggers who was talking crazy. Now, I'm not gonna hold y'all, I kind of thought I was getting the shot. You know, especially seeing how I had peeped that at the beginning. The headline of my video was used in you know, in one of the openers or whatever. But so I definitely thought with the BS that I said that I was about to get some smoke, but you know, I didn't. And even though, you know, I would have expected it and I wouldn't have been upset at it, because with the tasteless shit that I said, probably would have deserved it. But whew, a couple people got smoked in the end of that video. Well, let me not say they got smoked, but they got addressed, you know. Now, one of the first people he addressed, I Smoke Hip Hop. It was kind of unexpected because I don't really watch dude's videos, and I don't really see people in the battle rap community really watching him like that. So Chris was kind of right when he says, you know, dude don't really have the battle rap culture behind him. But, you know, I guess people get their fan bases from, you know, different areas of YouTube. Like, I guess when people are, you know, posting certain types of content, you know, that's where they tend to get their following from, you know. But in terms of like the actual battle rap community, the people that consume battle rap, like in the official circles, like you don't really see people posting dude stuff and, you know, things of that nature. Chris kind of had a one-up on dude, you feel me? Like he kind of packed him up, you know, and that was, I was just like, sheesh. Like when he talked about him doing his fake champion thing and him reporting on fake news, you know, talking about he had an email from Chris Unbias' brother and how he was doing blogs saying that he did like 12 blogs saying that he don't rock with Chris, but then did one blog saying that we need Chris back. Like, you know, really just showing how people in media move, you know. And the funny thing is, dude is not the only guy that moves like that. You understand? Which brings me to the next person that Chris got up out of here, Battle Truth. You feel me? Now, Battle Truth was definitely the person that ran with the whole, he sexually assaulted a young boy and, you know, stuff like that. Which, if you know how to read charges, and Chris even explained this in his video, that it had nothing to do with a minor. You understand? If you read the charge, it was like rape. It's like the sodomy that is said in the charge, like aggravated sodomy. It's like it's rape or it's the rape of a minor. Like it's one or the other. So it's either a type of rape with an adult, or it's a type of rape with a minor. That doesn't define that it actually is that. You understand? So when you run with a false narrative like that, you pretty much look stupid because you're just automatically jumping the gun to one of the worst things that you could possibly have on the shit. And it had nothing to do with a child. You know? So even that, you know, and the other thing that he spoke on with Battle Truth in terms of like, he pretty much called Battle Truth a snitch. You understand? In terms of like how Battle Truth blogs about people's legal situations and is saying like, oh, I know Math is guilty. I know Chris Unbias is guilty. I know Sirius Jones is guilty. Yeah, when you on camera saying stuff like that, you basically telling. When you say, yo, you get on camera and you say, I know this person committed this crime. That's telling, bro. That's telling. That's snitching, man. That's real snitching. Like, what everybody talking about with all this, flagging videos is snitching. That's internet snitching. No. That type of shit that niggas be doing, that's real snitching. You understand? When you get online and you say, you were trying to, quote unquote, dox someone, which is against the law, but you're on video saying that somebody did that, it's snitching. But see, the problem is you got people that's blogging that don't deal with enough of this type of shit to know what they're doing. You understand? So when you're on video calling somebody out for a crime, yes, that's telling. That's snitching. That's really snitching. You understand? So, you know, Chris had a valid point in that, and it's a lot of y'all bloggers that do that. It's a lot of bloggers that will freely jump on camera and say, yo, so-and-so committed this crime. Y'all tend to do that often. You understand? And y'all do it with no facts, with no knowledge. Y'all just jump on camera, and you know, blogs are like legal documents. You know that, right? You know, like jumping on camera, you're giving like testimony, damn near. Now, whether it hold weight or not is really to be left up to, you know, the courts or whoever. But at the end of the day, when you say that, you're giving a statement. You don't have to sign your name on a piece of paper for it to be a statement. You're doing it on video. Have you not seen people in interrogation rooms on videotape? If you're a hip-hop head, you might see, you might have watched Queen's Flip's interview with Freaky Zeke. At the end, he showed the video of dude telling on Zeke. You don't have to sign anything for that. You're on camera. You're agreeing to be recorded on camera saying, yes, I know this person is guilty of this crime. That, my friends, is a statement. That counts under statements. So don't just think snitching is just about, you know, just signing your name on a document and saying on camera, this individual is guilty of this crime. That's telling. So, going forward with these blogs, a lot of y'all might want to change the shit that y'all say on these cameras, man. A lot of y'all might want to change what y'all say on these cameras. And again, let me reiterate this because some of y'all tend to be brain dead. This is in no way defending Chris. This is in no way saying whether he's innocent or guilty. What I'm saying is we got to wait until the facts arise in terms of them pursuing this case and whether they find him innocent or guilty. And that's just it. You know, and I think a lot of us jumped the gun, you know, with certain accusations and stuff like that without, you know, actually letting it be a case that he fights and, you know, using the outcome of that to determine how we feel about him. You know, once he's found guilty, then, you know, we can go crazy with, yeah, you did it and da-da-da. But if he's found innocent, then it's like, okay, you ain't do it. You understand? If the court don't find you guilty, then who are we to judge for them? You understand? Like that, they get paid to do that. We don't get paid to do all that police work and figuring out and think. There's people that get paid to do that. It comes out of y'all tax money. You know, so let them people do their job. You know, and this is advice for me too. Like, that's what I'm on going forward. You feel me? Like, until a case is handled, then a man is innocent in my eyes. You understand? I'm definitely not painting the man as guilty when the court is up to them to try to figure out whether that's true or not. You understand? So, you know, and another person that he addressed was, you know, Lush One, which he had some pretty harsh words for Lush One in terms of he want to see Lush One. You know, because if a lot of y'all remember, Lush One did have like a long Facebook post about the whole Chris Unbias situation. And I don't know if, Chris basically explains that they had, like, I guess, a little bit of history prior, you know, and from there, it's like, you know, he feels like that's where a post like that could come from, you know, because Chris said, you know, that's pretty much their history. Like, they had blogs about, you know, I think it was like the battle, I think it might have been a Teddy Grizzle situation or something, or it might have been an Ether event where a whole bunch of people battled and then get paid. So, you know, Angry Fan and Chris, they, you know, kind of were on the blog train of, yo, these people need to get paid. You know, so he feels like Lush One's issue with him and Lush One writing that post, that's where his motivation for it came from. You know, so he definitely said he want to see Lush. So, you know, hopefully both of them guys get that handled. You know, I do have a lot of respect for both of them. And I can't be mad at Chris feeling like, you know, however he feels about the stuff that he was seeing when he came home, because you got to think about it. It's you already fighting the legal system. You know, however the case is, whether you're innocent or guilty, you know, you got to fight it. And then the people in basically in the field that you're working in, those people are already pegging you as guilty, and they, you know, writing all these posts, making all these blogs about you. And Chris was basically saying he was in a dark place mentally, you know, from seeing everything. So, you know, and he included clips of a lot of stuff. He included clips from blogs, clips from battles. Like, he put a lot in there that could basically help you understand why he might have been feeling the way he felt. You understand? So, you know, I didn't want to spend way too much time on this because, you know, I want y'all to watch the video and get a full understanding for yourselves. Like I said, I got a chance to watch the full video before it was taken down. So, you know, I already have a full understanding of what's going on. Like, I set aside everything I was doing at the moment to watch that and fully understand, you know, everything that was going on with it. So, you know, y'all definitely, when it does get re-released, y'all need to watch it. Soak in every minute of it, you know. Make sure y'all get y'all popcorn, y'all blunts, and whatever else y'all need to sit through a movie, basically. Because, yeah, it was a lot in there. It was a lot in there. So, you know, salute to Chris, man. Best of luck. And, you know, when you do get back to fighting your case and everything, he did say a question of like, yo, he don't know if he should come back to battle rap blogging. He wants to leave it up to the people to decide. You know, so if I had to be, you know, completely honest, I would say, I don't know. It's a tough decision for even somebody like me to make, because it's like, if he's innocent of this whole thing, he could be out putting in a lot of groundwork and doing a whole bunch of other blogs and things of that nature, and getting back to covering battle rap. And by the time he's, proven innocent, then he could, continue on with what he was doing with a clear conscious mind and understand that, it's past him and he's good. But also, on the flip side of that, if he's found guilty, you don't want it to be another thing where, all right, he's doing all his content, he gets found guilty, and then once again, people under his videos going crazy with the comments, under all his social media going crazy with the comments, and, that kind of thing. So, it's really one of those things that's tough for me to, really give a decision to. But listen, man, do whatever your heart tells you to do. That's the best I can say. You understand? Like, you can't really let other people make decisions for you. You just got to ride with your heart. You understand? So, salute to Chris. Hopefully all goes well with this. And, shit, like you told me, keep cooking. You feel me? Chris will get that one. You feel me? But, yeah, man, I already know Battle Truth gonna drop 1,000,000 blogs on this situation. He already done went live and, was confused about one of the parts of the story. He wasn't trying to retract the shit that he said about, the kids and stuff like that. So Battle Truth is looking real questionable in my book. You understand? But that's just my feelings on that. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, and I'll holler at y'all soon, man. No Mercy, Trap New York, NoMercyTV.com. I'm out of here.